Nostalgia is a funny thing. It can be induced by the taste of grandma's home cooking, the smell of your mom's old perfume, the sound of the Fortnite battle bus, or the 14 things that only Pokemon Go OGs remember that we'll be talking about today. Starting with the one and only 8-bit Pokemon Go April Fool's event. This was one of my favorite April Fool's events the game has done ever, and it was simple. All the Pokemon sprites in the game changed to their original 8-bit designs. This included Pokemon in your inventory, banners for in-game news, Pokemon in the nearby screen. It was great, it didn't cause any in-game friction, and it made the game feel new and fresh and fun. But unfortunately, this happened back in 2018 and never happened again. Servers are down screen. Does this sentence ring a nostalgic bell? Our servers are experiencing issues. Please come back later. When playing back in 2016, the servers were constantly going down. Probably because literally half of the world's population was playing the game. The servers are down screen became an instant meme in the community, and usually the servers are down screen became an instant meme in the community, and unfortunately a usual sight. And with time, that screen was eventually phased out. And even now, I can't even remember the last time the Pokemon Go servers were like down for anything serious. Which is great. I'll never forget that screen. Rare spawn Stampedes. We've all seen the videos of hundreds of people in a massive mob running for a rare Pokemon, but have you ever been in one of those? In 2016, all over the world, people were grouping up to play Pokemon Go in their favorite parks and grind spots. And inevitably, when something rare like a Dragonite would spawn, whew, madness. Virtually every one of the several hundred people in the area would all migrate towards the Pokemon. Those lucky enough to be in front would be running, while everyone else would be bumping shoulders, moving like a herd of cattle towards the spawn. Honestly, some of the craziest OG memories were spent in mobs running for rare spawns. First ever raids. Raids are such a fundamental part of Pokemon Go today, it would be really weird to conceptualize a world without them. But they weren't always here, and when they were released, it was a big deal. We saw the first ever raids back in July of 2017, and they included Tier 1 raids, Magikarp, which could be shiny at the time, Bayleaf, Quilava, and Croconaw. Tier 2 raids with Muck, Executor, Weezing, Electabuzz, and Magmar. Tier 3 with Arcanine, Alakazam, Machamp, Gengar, Vaporeon, Jolteon, and Flareon. And the Big Daddy Tier 4 raids with Charizard, Venusaur, Blastoise, Rhydon, Lapras, Snorlax, and Tyranitar. There were also no remote raids back in the day, so we would have to sprint to the gym to battle the raid before it despawned. But once raids were released, the floodgates were opened, and the game was never the same. Blissey Gym Superiority. With the original gym system, you could add up to 10 Pokemon in the same gym, and you can add as many of the same Pokemon that you wanted to that gym. So naturally, this became the most irritating part of the game, because who wouldn't just post up 10 Blissies? I mean, it's the most strategic thing to do. Mainly because Blissey has one of the highest HP amounts in the game, it's just a tank. But my god, having to battle down 10 Blissies in a row to take the gym was the worst experience ever, and literally impossible for lower level players to do. 15-minute despawn timer. Right now, when a Pokemon spawns in the wild, you have either 30 minutes or 60 minutes to get there to catch it. But back in 2016, this is not how it worked. You only had 15 minutes. This was a big deal because since so many people played, there was a lot of communication on rare spawns when out hunting. But if a Dragonite spawned and someone you just met caught it 5 minutes ago, you had no idea of knowing if it would still be there or not. So, you ran. I do enjoy the more relaxed current timers that we have now, but there's something about the adrenaline of sprinting towards a Pokemon you know might despawn any minute. First ever Halloween event. Pokemon Go's first ever event happened back in October of 2016. And for many players at the time, and for myself included, it's one of our favorite events that has ever happened. The reason is because it was the first time we ever saw bonuses like Double Catch Candy, the first time type-specific spawns were happening, and there were Wild Gengar and Hypno in the wild, which was unthinkable back in the day. This was back when these Pokemon were still considered super rare, and due to the rarity of Ghastly and Drowsy, they just weren't easy to get. I've played every single Pokemon Go event since 2016, and this is still one of my favorites. Walking a Magikarp to get Gyarados. Nowadays with events like Water Festival and Community Day and Spotlight Hours, getting 400 Magikarp candy, it's easy peasy. But back in my day, it was one of the rarest Pokemon ever. 400 Magikarp candy was not easy to get, especially if you didn't live by water. For many people, the only way to get Gyarados was getting lucky enough to find one single floppy little Magikarp and walking it for a lifetime to get the 400 candies. AR gym battling. Pokemon Go is all about AR, and the developers Niantic That's pretty much all they do. So naturally, Pokemon Go would have a lot of AR integrated features, like gyms. In 2016, you had the ability to AR battle gyms, which really felt like you were actually battling Pokemon in the real world around you. It was honestly a really cool feature. I'm not sure why this feature was taken out, maybe too much strain on the game, but I would definitely love to see it return. Draconis Nests. Nests are places, usually parks, where a certain specific Pokemon will spawn more frequently at. And back in 2016, the rarest Pokemon in the entire game could nest, Dratini. Draconis Nests were some of the most popular places to play, and for me personally, we used to call a park by my house Dratini Park and grind there after school almost daily. The spawns weren't too frequent, but frequent enough to gather hundreds of people for them. But unfortunately today, Dratini, like other rare Pokemon, no longer nests. No way to appraise IVs. Today in Pokemon Go, we have a really efficient IV appraisal system that allows trainers to know exactly how good the IVs of their Pokemon are. This system was introduced back in July of 2019. And before that, when Pokemon Go first came out, there was literally no way to check the IVs of your Pokemon. People then began to develop online IV checkers where you basically plug in certain data from your Pokemon to learn its IVs, but this wasn't as popular due to it being a third party. Granted, they did release an IV appraisal system before the main one that kinda gave you an idea of how good your Pokemon was. You could see if you had a 100% IV, which was nice, but it was just like clunky and annoying to use. I can only imagine the amount of 100% IV Pokemon transferred during the first year of the game. No shiny Pokemon, just spawns and vibes. Shiny Pokemon were released back in March of 2017, and before them, it was a completely different game. No shinies, just vibes. Instead of grinding the same Pokemon encounter to get the shiny, people would grind candies of rare Pokemon like Dratini, Charmander, and Eevee to get their super rare evolutions. But what got people really excited and running were rare spawns. Imagine not having Dragonite yet and you see its silhouette pop up on your nearby. That was the shiny Pokemon feeling back in the day. And honestly, it was sort of more fun because you had the adrenaline rush of sprinting to the rare Pokemon before it despawned, rather than just checking the same Pokemon 500 times. Training at gyms. As we've mentioned, the gym system got a huge rework back in the day. And one of the features we don't have any longer is the prestige system for the gyms, where you'd essentially battle against a gym of your same team in order to generate prestige points. Get enough prestige points and the gym will level up, which will allow you to put a Pokemon into it. You could place up to 10 Pokemon in a gym, and even 10 of the same Pokemon. So if you were unlucky enough to find a gym with 9 Blissey in it and you wanted to place a 10th, there would be a long road of prestige battles ahead for you. Pokemon Go to the polls. This one speaks for itself.
I don't know who created Pokemon Go, but I'm trying to figure out how we get them to have Pokemon go to the polls. Pokemon go to the polls.
How is that even real? Well, I'm going to Pokemon Go away now. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, check out the other videos on screen. I'll see you in there, all right? Peace out.